Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called UFOs Created by Interplanetary Religious Emissaries. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Now, let's get started. We're hearing some really interesting theories and rumors about UFOs and the reason they may be coming here in such vast numbers lately. One striking new theory is that they may be religious emissaries traveling here to engage with or manipulate us. Everyone always wonders what planet or race UFOs must come from, but no one ever asks what religious beliefs or practices they may have. It's always assumed that someone who can create a UFO and fly it here would be too advanced to be religious, and so they must be atheists, right? It stands to reason. What if once a race of people were technologically sophisticated enough to travel between various galaxies, they actually became more religious or spiritual instead of less spiritual? What if technological progression itself made them stronger believers in their gods rather than not believing? What if their technology made them so godlike that it made them believe in God more rather than less? So let's assume for the purposes of this discussion that it's true. What would the goals of an alien race be if they were also extremely religious or spiritual? What if the purpose of their religion was to fly from galaxy to galaxy and use their advanced technology to save primitive races such as ours? What if one of their goals were to help lesser races in a way that prevented them from knowing it was being done in a very stealthy fashion? So the first assumption is that these aliens would then use their technology to prevent nuclear wars or some other forms of disaster, right? Everyone always assumes that, but what if they have other motives? What if they were competing with another race of interplanetary travelers that flew from galaxy to galaxy and tried to hurt or destroy, or even worse, depopulate other planets so they could steal their resources? What if every time our religious aliens tried to help us, they were opposed by this other group of competing aliens who were doing everything in their power to compromise or destroy us, or worse yet, do everything they could to have us destroy ourselves? Let's hypothesize that these two warring spiritual groups were constantly at each other and in the process causing more mayhem than we ever thought possible. What if our past wars were simply alien battlegrounds between these two groups of spiritual antagonists fighting each other to try and alter our destiny? What if every time there was an assassination of a major political figure in which all the elements didn't make sense, what if those were actually just being manipulated events by one of these two alien races? What if one of these warring alien races had infiltrated and began to manipulate some of our major political rulers and caused them to behave in a very destructive fashion? What if all the churches and religious groups people on Earth belonged to were merely created so that one of these alien interplanetary races could more effectively manipulate or teach or interact with the people on our planet? Everyone always assumes that the purpose of all religious activity is to somehow elevate the people of Earth, but what if there were a much more sinister purpose? What if all the religions on Earth were created to give another race of alien interplanetary travelers more influence over our Earth? What if all these churches and religious buildings were secretly just embassies for these interstellar travelers, and they were all just being used to further their agenda rather than the agendas of people on Earth? What would that agenda be? Well, we're going to have to wait a bit longer to find out, because there's just no way of knowing at this early stage in our history. With that, I want to thank you for watching. I want to tell you that we're going to have more great celebrity interviews and more breaking news stories coming up in the future. So we encourage you to subscribe to our free channel and click on the notification bell so you can get notified every time we post a new story. Thank you, and we shall see you soon. Goodbye.